Who was Nimrod? In the Bible, Nimrod was the great-grandson of Noah through the line of Cush. Genesis 10:8-9. Nimrod is described as the first of the mighty men to appear on the earth after the great flood. The Bible calls Nimrod a mighty hunter before the Lord. Nimrod established a great kingdom that included Babel, Ur, Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Genesis 10:9-10. Kronos or Saturn was Rhea's husband. Traced back to the original, we find that Kronos was no other than the first king of Babylon, worshipped under the names of Bel and Baal. In the genuine copies of Eusebius, there is no mention made of any Belus, actual king of Assyria, before Ninus, so, according to that authority, Kronos or Saturn was not only Cush, Bel or Baal, but Ninus or Nimrod. Under the name Kronos, Nimrod is known as king of the Cyclops, who were his brethren, plus and the inventors of tower building. Theophilus of Antioch says Kronos was worshipped in the east under the names of Bel and Baal. Eusebius states that Belus, the first of the Assyrian kings, was also called Kronos. Here Belus and Ninus and Kronos are evidently all three the same person. I need not remind the classical reader that Kronos is applied to Saturn as the father of the gods. Nimrod is Kronos or Saturn. Sagittarius is the only one of the signs that literally is separated from his brethren by falling so much below the Tropic of Capricorn. Joseph is the only one of the patriarchs that was ever spoken of as standing in any relation to a crown, and the Sagittary is the only one of the signs of the zodiac in the very same predicament, standing, as you see, in immediate contact with the crown of the south. Thus not more accurately drawn on the celestial globe, than in your divine revelation, Vi. 2. Behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. So the Philip of the zodiac rides down to Gaza, which is desert. So the Philip of the gospel remonstrates, show us the Father, and it souseth us that is, a mere sight of the sun, will do for November. And so the frosty Nimrod of the year reigns, as a king over conquered vegetation. Mr. Hislop, writing upon Babylonish divinities, identifies the god Kronos, Saturn, the horned one, with Nimrod the hunter, and both with the first centaur. He also identifies Nimrod with the first Grand Master of the Masonic art, the god of fortifications. He further identifies the Egyptian Osiris with Kronos and Nimrod. See 2 Babylons, pages 59-60. These identities are confirmed by our Irish sculptures and legends, and they explain the figures of 2 centaurs on the cross of Kells. The first is Kronos, the horned one, i.e., Osiris, and the second, Sagittarius, the armor-bearer of Osiris. It is noticed above how Nonnus has described the centaurs as horned. But I am not acquainted with any representation of the horned centaur, except that sculptured on the cross of Kells, figure 49. It is possible that Kronos alone, as being the head of the family, was so represented. The local tradition about the centaur on the northern doorway of Cormac's temple, figure 48, is that it represented the master mason who built the temple, that all the work which the builder erected by day, the lion, also represented in the figure, destroyed by night, that the centaur undertook to encounter the lion apparently at great disadvantage, but succeeded in wounding him with an arrow, after which the building experienced no further interruption. This legend is illustrated by the reputation of Nimrod and the Cyclopeans for skill in the art of building. The probable identity of Kronos the centaur with the Irish Saint Gronan, alias Moshu, the good bud, has already been noticed. p. 56, Kronos and Bud representing the same personage, according to the opinion of the learned Faber. In the countries whither the reputation of the Cushites extended and their worship prevailed, such as Ireland, China, and India, and very ancient Egypt, the hero of the people's worship was represented as black. Hislop informs us, pages 62 and 82, that the great god Buddha is generally represented in China as a Negro, and that Plutarch records a tradition that Osiris was black. These names Hislop identifies with Nimrod. So also, in Ireland Gobansea, the Tuatha Danann hero of building celebrity, is represented as a rusty black youth, but their conquerors the Ionages, among whom I reckon the Egyptians, the Pelasgi, and the Etruscans, represented the matter differently. The Furies are represented in the tombs of Etruria as Negroes, with the features and complexions of that race. Mrs. Gray's Sepulchres of Etruria, p. 16.